Hi fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle coming back with another build video. This time we are looking at unarmed weapons, full health build, and here is my special distribution and perks I'm using, as I don't have the best unarmed weapons and I wasn't able to get what I wanted during this week. Then I'm using what I have, and because I have Junkie's mid hook, I'm forced to use some of the Gladiator perk to compensate for normally lower damage of the mid-hook compared to Deathglow gauntlets or Power Fist that I wanted. And that's why we have Gladiator perks for the mid-hook. Iron Fist, it's for all unarmed weapons. Next we have Blocker. I almost always run Blocker if I'm not using Stealth build, and I will not be using Stealth here. It allows you to basically mitigate all the damage from melee attacks. Incisor, basically for more tough enemies like Scourge Beast or Imposter Ship Squatch or Scorpius Queen or just regular Ship Squatch, then this perk is very useful. It will be a little bit different if I will be running Blooded build, because with Blooded build damage is so high that you basically don't need any armor penetration. And Martial Artist, it's basically for faster swing speed. It's nice that weapons are lighter as well, but weapon weight with an arm build is not a problem. It's mainly you want this faster swing speed. Butcher's Bounty, I running it most of the time because there is so much great food you can have to boost your damage and help you out if you are using any melee build. Next, there is Endurance. I'm running Adamantium Skeleton and Fireproof. The Adamantium Skeleton is very helpful as you will not get limb damage. What will prevent you from getting a really long stagger if like your leg will be broken or your arm will be broken, and you can use food for healing instead of stim packs, as you don't need to heal your limbs. And Fireproof, that's basically when hunting Scourge Beasts, as they're using this Sonic Scream as explosive attack. And Sunkist, as I'm running full health and mostly Vanguard armor pieces, then I want my radiation to be 0. In this case, this is very helpful. It's work half of the time, 6 a.m. till 6 p.m., and you don't need to be worried about a little bit of rats that you are taking here and there. As this is a solo build, I have Lone Wunder for damage mitigation, and Party Boy, as I'm using a lot of whiskey in this build. It is great, +6 strength, very easy, and whiskey is super easy to make. Intelligence, I was considering to dropping it to 3 points, but as I am at 5 now, then I'm using Makeshift Warrior. There are other options. You can, if you need, use something like First Aid or Hacker, whatever situation we require. This is not necessary because weapons are not breaking fast and are easy to repair, but at this moment I have it in. Agility, Through Hiker, as I'm carrying a lot of food to help me out deal more damage. Then in this case, it's not like utility perk, it's more like damage perk because I need all this food to boost my damage. And adrenaline, I will be swapping adrenaline for enforcer if I will need to use shotgun like for a volt rate or something, or to drop a scourge beast faster if she refuses to land. Then I'll be using explosive shotgun with enforcer. Next we have Flag, Bloody Mess, it's obvious for more damage. Then is Class Freak. I will show you guys mutations that I'm running in a second. And Starges, obviously you don't want to lose the mutations. Good with Salt, as I have a lot of food and this food is important in this build. I will show you why as well in a second. That's basically the special. Obviously you are free to swap it, whatever suits you the best. That's what I found the most useful for me. Next is my gear. Weapons. I have some unarmed weapons. I have anti-armor power fist with faster swing speed. Although the anti-armor is not very good because we already have incisor that gives 75% armor penetration. Unfortunately, I have a lot of blooded, great blooded weapons, but not junkies or instigating. This is my shotgun. It's combat furious explosive, faster reload. I'm using it to basically disable all the ghouls when doing the vault raid. When you drop them on the ground without killing, they're not respawning and you can easily defend the gag. I have instigating knuckles. This is a great roll, have more power attack damage, but basically knuckles is more like meme weapon than actually for using on daily basis. And my main weapon is instigating mid hook with +1 strength. If not the fact that it's the limb damage, it will be great, but it's still good. And Junkies mid hook, only Junkies is good, +1 agility and reflects 50% damage while blocking. That's really bad. And I will be using Junkies mid hook for all the hardest enemies. About what I'm wearing, I have 4 Vanguard pieces. I'm still missing the Vanguard chest. Then I'm using Mutant chest with poison resistance and left arm with radiation resistance, falling damage reduction. That's actually nice. Piece of armor. Then I have left leg. Unfortunately, it's perception ammo weight. It's useless, but it's Vanguard. Next, right arm. Again, perception. Receive 15% less limb damage. That's bad. But Vanguard, it's what I want. Next, right leg. Agility, junk item weight reduction. Vanguard piece. It's a little bit more useful than other pieces. Obviously, you want pieces with +1 strength. I don't have any, but this build is still working really good. If you will manage to find for yourself some +1 strength armor pieces, this build will be even much stronger. And under armor, shielded urban operative under armor, mainly because +3 strength. This is the only one that gives so much strength. And backpack, I recommend the armor plated for extra damage resistance, although any backpack will be useful. Next, let's take a look on my mutations. I'm using bird bones. I want this extra agility and less fall damage. It's not necessary. You can pretty much don't use it if you are concerned about this -1 strength. Carnivore, that's great because we are using mostly meat for bonuses, for damage bonuses, and for healing. Then this mutation is amazing. Grounded, so we are not using guns, then basically energy and damage doesn't bother us, and extra 100 energy resist is great. Marsupial for high jumping, everyone is running that, almost everyone. Sky Skin, energy resist, damage resist, that's great, and we are losing just a little bit of AP. Speed Demon, faster movement speed, it's the reason to use it. Talons and Twisted Muscles, both those perks are boosting unarmed damage. A pretty much must have for unarmed build. And as I'm using Chunky's weapon, I have 5 addictions, and you don't need more than 5, even if you are using alcohol, all the gems that we are addicted to. It doesn't matter, it will not drop your damage bonus. It will be plus 50%, 5 addictions plus 50%, and you can use those gems. You don't need more. I choose the ones that are the best in the matter that not reducing the strength or anything significantly. Then I have alcohol, and I will be using alcohol all the time. I will be drinking whiskey all the time. Then there will be no side effects. Then there is DDO, Day Tripper, Medex, and Mentats. You can use different addictions, but that's what I choose. And I think those are one of the best to choose from. At this moment, not running any useful bonuses from food. but we will go into it in a second. Now you will see how it works. I have my instigating mid hook on those super mutants without any bonuses. Almost dead in one shot. Now it's dead in one shot. Fireproof, helpful here as I detonated this nuke. Adrenaline is running, and I can pretty much easily kill all those super mutants. And as you can see, Vanguard armor is doing job in here. Yeah. And Scorpius landed. I'm doing decent damage, but still need a couple hits. And she's down. Without any bonuses from food or drinks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits with Chunky Smith Hook to get her down. Now I will show you my quick wheel. Over half of it is like all the food bonuses that you can get, including last that I use only occasionally, Vintage Nuka Shine, when you really want to boost your damage, but after that you are randomly teleported. Scorpius Steak, it's my healing item. Heal me by 400 HP. That's much more than a stim pack. Whiskey for strength and water. Glowing meat steak for damage. Mutant hound traps for damage. Yaoguai ribs for damage. Deathclaw steak for strength that gives damage. And psycho buff when you really need to boost it. What is nice about all the food bonuses, when you take it, apart from the fact that it heals you, now for 30 minutes we have insane damage, a lot of strength. See, my midhood suddenly went to 871. It's like double what I had. And now let's just find another Scourge Beast. And she's landing. Just like that. Chunky Smith Hook. As you can see, Scourge Beast is not a problem. Oh, we have another one. Can I get her before she starts? I managed to hit her twice. Oh, and Scourge Beast down. And it was 3 hits to get her. The stagger is only a problem if you are not using sneak. And this one needs some help. Can you land? Yeah. A little bit of convincing. She's down. And dead. And now let's do something where this build really excels. Imposter Ship Squatch event. Unlock. Use the keycard. And now we need to go back and start it. Initialize. Okay. Now quickly, one thing that I need to do. Equip Troubleshooter set instead of Vanguard because Vanguard doesn't work. Your armor, your damage resist, energy resist doesn't work versus Imposter. You don't want to use it. Backpack, she's got everything okay. Now just eat whatever I have. Doesn't harm to eat everything to ensure that you have all the buffs that are needed. Yeah, I think we have everything that's needed. Yeah, Chunky's meat hook equipped. Now we wait and activate pylons. I should be fine holding more than one. And here he is. As you can see, the meat hook works great. I'm doing decent damage, and by eating scorched beef steaks, my health is not dropping. Troubleshooter armor set is helping as well. You can basically solo imposter without much problem. And as you could check earlier, my weapon, my meat hook is not even the best one, and I can devastate him. Just like that. I think that's best showing where you want to use this build. As well, this build is great for the vault rates, because when you run high health, there is no risk that you will suddenly lose the raid because you die, especially if you want to do it solo and you don't have anyone to do it with you. It will work on Scorch with Queen as well. It's not as much damage as Bloodied can do, because basically Bloodied build is a king at this moment for the pure damage output. But if you want to do safe and you want to do events like Imposter when you need to constantly tank the damage from those pylons, then you want something like that. And here I was just using those Scorby stakes to keep healing when I was fighting Imposter, and my troubleshooter armor set keep me safe against his attacks. And this way, as you saw, without any problem I was able to defeat him. Now I will equip back to my Vanguard pieces. And finally, some tips and tricks as you want to use a lot of whiskey. To use a lot of whiskey to have it, there is Silva Homestead. You want to go here for the corn and run a little bit down there to get all your razor grain. I even have my camp in this location to just straight away make whiskey. You need a lot of wood as well. There is a lot of wood in this area. If not, then all the forest area there's plenty of wood. Just equip wood tracker and gather it. And this way you can have as much whiskey as you need. And about farming your meat, just visit the fisher sites. Apart from scorpions that are there and you will be able to kill for meat, there are a lot of dead animals around the around the fishers, and you can use this butcher's bounty perk to harvest meat from dead animals. You don't need to kill them, you just go where they are, loot them, and get extra meat from them. Usually we'll find Yaoguai, death claws around the fisher sites. You just need to loot them. There's no problem. As you can see, I have Scotch steaks 7 left after I used like 5 here. Have 24 whiskey, glowing meat steak 15, mutant hound chops 10. It's easy, you just visit West a couple times and you have as much mutant hound chops as you need. Yaoguai ribs, those I have mainly from visiting fisher sites. If not, then you can always find Yaoguais in nearby site Alpha, usually as well Dolisot's wilderness should have some. There is a dead jaguar outside abandoned waste dump and 2 deathclaws inside if you need more deathclaw meat. And I think that's about it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy it and see you in the next one.